Hello YouTube and welcome to 8 Bowl Superspeedway for round number 8 of the MFNSRA Superspeedway Series Season 1. I'm John Dillon and this is going to be flag-to-flag coverage of today's race from the Figure 8 Superspeedway. On row 1 is, with his second pole of the season, Chris Warner in car number 10. The Hartlepool winner starts next to the Hartlepool native with his first front row start of the season, Sean Galligan in the Imron Elite Chevy. So the Chevys sweep the front row. Starting third, Anthony Emery in the Fastenal Ford, next to Luke Walker in the Tommy Baldwin Racing Chevy. And here's the rest of your starting lineup here from 8 Bowl. Okay, so we're ready to go racing here from 8 Bowl Superspeedway. Now I'm just going to accelerate forward to...
Driver, start your engines!
Alright, so now it's time to go racing. Chris Warner, looking for his second win of the season, comes into this race a solid 8th in the standings. Sean Galligan in the 24 comes in 27th, looking to move up some more spots in the standings. Anthony Emery comes in 30th, and Luke Walker comes in, I think, Luke Walker, he comes in 40th. Sorry, I just had to fix the sound there. Alright, so Chris Warner and Sean Galligan, they come out of the Hendrick Motorsports engine stable, and here we go. Chris Warner will bring it down. We're racing here from 8 Bowl. This is one of two races, or two tracks that we go to where they turn left and right. The other being Papyrus, where we will be heading in a long time. So anyway, here they come off of turn 2. Warner, Emery, Evan Earnhardt, and Elijah Koufax all past Galligan on the outside, but don't look now. Galligan and the whole outside line will have the preferred line here. This is why qualifying, if you were to pick one race in the season where qualifying matters, it would definitely be this one. You'll be seeing all these cars at the front all race long. The main thing here is to stay out of trouble. So here they come through 3 and 4, and Warner will lead lap 1 ahead of Evan Earnhardt. Here comes a couple of Hendrick cars though, Evan Earnhardt and Sean Galligan going back for the lead. He has 2 Roush racing cars behind him, Austin LaPlante and Anthony Emery. Here they come, 1.5 laps complete. Galligan will lead him off into turn 3. 3 wide behind the top 2, there is Luke Walker and the pole sitter Chris Warner. Here they come through turns 3 and 4. Galligan out front. Looks like he's going to come around and lead lap number 2 as well. Or not as well. He didn't lead lap 1. Here they go into 1, and there goes Luke Walker with Chris Warner in the 10. And there's another Hendrick engine coming up. All 4 of these cars, in fact all 5 on the bottom there. Ospina in 5th. All have Hendrick Motorsports engines under them. They're not all teammates though. In fact, only the 24 and the 88 in the top 5 are teammates. And now Galligan loses the lead to Luke Walker in the number 7. And I look at that, and that's another thing you will be seeing as we go back through the pack. You'll be seeing some 4 wide today, and we're seeing it right there. Back in the pack. You see, there's all 3 Penske cars are back here. 22, 12, and 2. They're all back here. But hanging back is not the thing to do with this racetrack. Daniel Boyles on the inside of Luke Martin, and Derek Umstadt on the outside is the 5 of Seth Carlisle. Let's move back up to the front of the field, where Chris Warner has retaken the lead. There's American Ethanol making its debut on car number 31 of Zach Buchanan. 4 wide. Look at Wes McCall in the 13. And Ospina in the middle as well. There's Charles Jackson in the 32 car. The HendrickCars.com Ford. With help from Galligan. And here they come off of turn 2. Look at how close they are, running 4 wide in the middle. Justin Talampis in the 19. I think I just heard someone scrape the wall in the back. Yeah, I think Eric Burton may have made some contact. And there's the points leader, Andrew Schwartz. Did not qualify good today, and you can see the effects of it. He's running in 40th right now. So not a good start for Andrew Schwartz. So now we're on lap 6 of 30. 4 wide. There's CJ Sorensen in the 14 after trying to rebound from a DNF in Pigs Creek. He lost the points lead and dropped to 6th in the standing, with Sorensen in the middle with Ryan Acosta of 4 wide. Colin McNaught in the 35 on the bottom, and there is Arnold Columbia in the 30 on the top. Meanwhile, back up front, Charles Jackson back into the lead with Evan Earnhardt following. Lots of new paint schemes here today. There is Wes McCall driving the Valvoline Next Gen car today. First debut for that car, debut for American Ethanol number 31. I can't remember if this is the debut for the Imran Elite number 24. I don't think it is. Up front, here comes Evan Earnhardt in that 88 car, looking to really... He has a huge opportunity to take the points lead today. He's run well all season long, comes in here 3rd, and he's running really well in that Amp Energy Chevy. There's Luke Walker in 2nd, Chris Warner in 3rd, and now Charles Jackson, Austin LaPlante, and company have the preferred line on the bottom going into 1 and 2 again. There is the newest driver in the Superspeedway series, Mason Rothjeb. He crossed the line 8th that time, so not a bad run so far for Rothjeb, but he got kicked way to the outside, and he's losing a lot of spots. Down and under the bridge, 4 wide, Seth Cole and Justin Talampis in the middle. I don't know how these guys haven't wrecked yet. We've seen a lot of 4 wide today. Charles Jackson gets kicked way to the high side, and he's going to lose spots as well. Luke Walker took over the lead once again, but Evan Earnhardt, does a little fake out on the 7, and he goes back to the bottom. Chris Warner takes him 3 wide. Wes McCall in the Valvoline Ford, moving up on the bottom. Diego Ospina, 42, in the Clorox Chevy. And Galligan making his presence known back at the front. He's run well all race long. There's Adam Smith in the 9. We haven't said much about him all race. There he is. Whoa, Anthony Emery gets a little loose. Look at the run that Mason Rothjeb got through that corner. He's picking up a lot of spots. And now Wes McCall is your new leader. A couple of early championship contenders are near the front. Maybe 3 of them are on your screen. McCall, Evan Earnhardt, and Chris Warner. There's Stephen Kimball and Chris Summers, 2 names that we haven't said anything about all race. They're moving up as well. Whoops, sorry about that. Here they go into 2, 3, and 4, and the Hendrick cars on the bottom. In the right hand, right-hander, Evan Earnhardt will take the lead back with help from his teammate Sean Galligan in the 24. Another Hendrick car. Chris Summers is moving up on the bottom. Or now Summers is on the outside. Man, this is a tough break for Eric Burton. He made some contact early in the race. In fact, you'll see the damage here. He got up into the wall and he's lost the pack. And if things stay the way they are, he's going to finish dead last here today at 8 Bowl. Ospina had a run on Evan Earnhardt, but picked the wrong line, and Wes McCall and Luke Walker and Sean Galligan are moving up on the bottom. Three wide through the pack behind the leaders. There's Austin LaPlante, who looked like an early contender. Zach Buchanan back in the pack as well. And Wes McCall to the lead. Here comes Sean Galligan in the 24, Ospina in the 42. And Galligan will look low, and he's got his teammate right there, Evan Earnhardt. Adam Smith following Luke Walker through behind the two Hendrick cars. Let's look way back in the pack, and you'll find your points leader, Andrew Schwartz. And this is not what Andrew Schwartz wants to be doing right now. He crossed the line 31st or 36th that last lap. And JPO Absorbents making their debut on that number 44 Ford. Let me check the points real quick. We had to find Jacob Kraus. We know Evan Earnhardt, third in points, is running well, but Jacob Kraus, he's not running too well either. So with Evan Earnhardt and Wes McCall really looking strong up at the front, and I wouldn't be surprised to see either one of those two win this race. There is the 13, and the 88's actually fallen back a little bit. Yeah, he really has. But it does get back to the bottom. Man, I saw him in the middle behind the 33, and I didn't think he was going to get back to the bottom, but he did. There's Ryan Acosta with, I think that's Blue Ox on that car, and Ryan Acosta having a strong, giving his new sponsor a strong first run. Whoa, Galligan making an aggressive move. He almost turned his teammate. Now Charles Jackson trapped on the high side. Here comes Stephen Kimball in the 33. Stephen Kimball having a really good run in what has been a tough season for that 33 team. Three wide, Anthony Emery in the 99 looking to lead his first laps of the race. That car looks pretty good so far. Whoa. Four wide here, Johnny Gardner in the middle with Adam Smith. Chris Warner losing spots on the high side. And Wes McCall has dropped back a lot as well in that 13. He's way back there. And there's Jacob Kraus in that 26. He almost, I think he did get by the 13 of McCall at one point. Wow, look at this. You can see the inside line clearly has the advantage. But instead it will be the opposite line that will be the inside going into the left-hander. And we complete lap 15. We are halfway through and we've gone clean and green the whole way. And it is Stephen Kimball, your new leader. Galligan second, Emery, Mason Rothjeb. How about that 11 car? Second race of the season, he's currently in fourth. Whoa, Emery wanted to follow the 24, but Mason Rothjeb beat him there, and Galligan goes back to the lead. Look at this, four wide, and you got one of our championship contenders right in the middle of it, Jacob Kraus in the 26. There he is, he's in the middle with Brandon Tedisco, Zach Buchanan's back here. It'll be a matter of time before we get down past 5 laps to go and those guys are still racing like that. Austin LaPlante, and how about Dom Capps? He's moving up on the bottom. We have talked about him all race. And wow, here comes the rookie, Mason Rothjeb on the bottom, looking under the veteran Sean Galligan. With help from Stephen Kimball, and Mason Rothjeb's going to lead his first lap of his career here in the Superspeedway Series. Coming to 13 laps to go. Can Mason Rothjeb hold that lead and stay at the front? 4 wide, not too far behind him. That's Ryan Acosta in the middle with Austin LaPlante. Evan Earnhardt is back here now too. He's lost a lot of ground from where he was running most of the race. Here they go. Down through 3 and 4 again. Mason Rothjeb holding on to that lead now with Luke Walker following in his tracks. Whoa, look at Dom Cap slide up the track, and then Dougie Shears almost got under Johnny Gardner and turned him. They've been 4 wide like this for a lot of laps, so give these guys a lot of credit for not wrecking. Give this guy a lot of credit. Mason Rothjeb finished dead last in his debut, but he looks to be on his way to possibly winning this race. We still got 11 laps to go next time, and he's got some hungry hounds behind him, like Sean Galligan in the 24. Emery in the 99's been strong. Here comes Chris Summers with a huge run, with Charles Jackson in the 32. Mason Rothjeb's got a challenge. He's got to hold off 2 of the very best drivers in the NR 2003 community, Sean Galligan and Chris Summers. And the rookie is really doing a great job. Charles Jackson, another NR 2003 veteran. He's moving up with Anthony Emery, 2 Fords, trying to challenge the Toyota of Mason Rothjeb. Boy, Galligan lost a lot of ground in turns 1 and 2, and now he's falling back outside the top 10, but it looks like he's going to make most of that up in this turn. Now let's see Wes McCall. And he and Evan Earnhardt are trying to stay ahead of Jacob Kraus, who was challenging them for a little bit. He's back there. Oh, 4 wide. There's Galligan in the middle now. And new leader, Chris Summers, as Rothjeb got trapped on the high side. Here they come. Summers, Acosta, Charles Jackson. Here comes Arnold Columbia. We haven't talked about the Swan Racing number 30 all day long. Coca-Cola Superspeedway winner. Comes in here 9th in the standings. Looking strong. Now Chris Summers, this is the first time we've seen that 48 out front today. It's been the first time we've seen the 48 out front in a while. Now Charles Jackson goes to the inside with Mason Rothjeb. 4 wide, look at Stephen Kimball, way hung out on the high side. Here they come off of turn 2. Whoa, Summers almost took him 3 wide. He had a big run with help from Anthony Emery in the 99. And if you look at the real common denominators today, it's been the 99 of Emery and the 24 of Galligan. Those two have been up at the front, challenging for the lead all day long. But now here comes the pole sitter, Chris Warner, again. He fell back a little bit mid-race, but he's coming back up near the front. Now Galligan is trapped on the high side, and now he's got to work it, make all those positions up again. Summers in the 48, now with Charles Jackson in the 32 inside, with Mason Rothjeb and Ryan Acosta, Austin LaPlante, Arnold Columbia, all on the inside. Side by side for third, Acosta and Summers. And I tell you what, they're coming up on the slow and damaged Eric Burton in the 55. I just heard his sick motor going by. You can see there's the damage. He must have made some other contact. I see a donut on the side of the 55 as well. And these guys are going to pick him up. And he may be able to run with the leaders, honestly. He doesn't have an insane amount of damage. Summers to the inside. Let's ride on board. I don't see him in his view though, but they're coming through the same turn as him. Summers at 197. Eric Burton at 190. Here comes Charles Jackson. At 32. He's shown a lot of strength today, and he is up battling for the lead. Here comes Ryan Acosta, Mason Rothjeb, Anthony Emery, Diego Ospina. And Wes McCall's worked his way back into the top 10. Nice job by Wes McCall, who fell way back in the pack. And now we have to find Evan Earnhardt. Here he is in the middle of 4 wide. He came across the line 30th, so what looked like was going to be a great day for Evan Earnhardt sure went down. And you can see there's Andrew Schwartz. He has actually passed him. And Jacob Kraus is also ahead. I don't care where Mason Rothjeb finishes. He has a lot to take from this race. This is a really unbelievable run by the rookie. Tell you that 55 is going to play a role once Charles Jackson and the other catch him. There he is. We're coming to 4 laps to go. And I think if a caution comes out, this race should be over at this point. We're coming to 4 laps to go. Who's gonna go where? Who's gonna make it past Eric Burton? Oh, Jackson. Jackson's gonna get around him. Rothjeb is not. Oh boy. This pack is tight now, but Eric Burton's gonna be able to run with the leaders. You can see his speed picking up. He's gonna be able to keep up. Jackson out front. Kimball and LaPlante, and now... Oh, we got cars in the wall. I heard some scraping. Someone got in the wall. It was Andrew Schwartz. I think we had a wreck. Yes, Derek Umstadt. Caution is out. Charles Jackson is going to come off of turn 4, take his first win of the season. Charles Jackson wins an 8-bowl. So we had a late race wreck, and Charles Jackson is going to come out as your winner. Huge win for Charles Jackson and that Fast Lane Racing team. Stephen Kimball second. Now the pace car is just catching up. And Charles Jackson has got to be really happy inside that HendrickCars.com Ford. Let's see what happened to bring out the final caution, or the only caution. To tell you the truth, I don't know what happened, but I did see Andrew Schwartz involved in this wreck, so we're going to start with him and see what exactly took place here with 4 laps to go. I'm really not sure what happened, to tell you the truth. I didn't see anything. I just heard scraping against the wall, and then I saw a lot of cars with damage. Looks like they were 4 wide right in front of the 56 of Derek Umstadt. And they're going into the right-hander. Oh. Did the 44, I think the Andrew Schwartz, I think the 88, look at the Evan Earnhardt. I think the 88 had a run on the 44, and he may have looked to the inside. I think Andrew Schwartz thought that he was going to get there, but he never did. And he just went right up into Umstadt, collecting Colin McNaught, CJ Sorensen in the outside wall. And 56 of Umstadt got the worst of that deal. And I don't know. I don't know if there was some more trouble over here when I saw Umstad in the pit. Oh yeah, look, Dougie Shears. And Wes McCall made contact. Shears gets spun around. Ospina. Jacob Kraus is in it. There's Schwartz piling in. Evan Earnhardt, all top 3 in the standings, collected in one wreck. I think all top 4 made some kind of contact. In fact, I'm looking at the point standings right now. I saw Andrew Schwartz, Jacob Kraus, Evan Earnhardt, Wes McCall, Dylan Young, CJ Sorensen, and Elijah Koufax all make some sort of contact in on lap 28, 27, and 28. So and guess what? That's all top 7 in the standings. So we're gonna ride on board with Andrew Schwartz. Okay, so this is what happened. You see Sheard spinning, and then everything just slows down. Everyone piles in. So that's going to translate to a bad finish for our points leader and many others that were high up in the standings. Elijah Koufax ended up getting stuck on the banking, I believe. Yeah, he and Derek Umstadt. So, man, this is gonna really have some point standings implications here today at 8 Bowl. Let's see our full finishing results. All right, so Charles Jackson's going to cross the line and win here at 8 Bowl, and the pace... Oh my... The pace car just hit the pit wall. Oh no. Brett Bodine, what are you doing? Watch this. He's going to pull off to let the rest of the drivers do their cooldown lap, and kaboom. And the pace car is not going to finish the race. Or actually he did. He completed lap 30. So yeah, tough break for the pace car, and here's your full finishing results. I don't think that's ever happened in a race I've recorded. That is pretty funny. Maybe it did happen at 8 Bowl at a previous race that I may have recorded here. I think Sean actually recorded a race at 8 Bowl where the pace car crashed into the pit wall like that. Anyway, Charles Jackson wins. Stephen Kimball second. Really good run for him. Luke Walker, another top 10. Great run for the 7 team. Second top 10 of the season. How about Mason Broadchep? Led a lot of laps. And dropped from second to 11th in those final laps. Sean Galligan, I'm sure he would have liked better. He had probably the best car today along with some others. So yeah, you can see the full finishing results. Wes McCall, 22nd. Let's find some others. And Chris Warner, he was 8th in the points. He finished 14th. Jacob Kraus, 26th. Schwartz, 29th. Evan Earnhardt, 31st. CJ Sorensen, 33rd. Dylan Young, 36th. Elijah Koufax, 40th. And tough day for Michael Waltrip Racing. Michael's cars finished 32nd, 41st, and 42nd. Not what that team was looking for, but that's your results. And here is here's the full standings and a victory celebration from Charles Jackson.